Hey everybody, this is Sunlast Studio and we're officially live. Oh my gosh, it's hard. Hold on. That's you. I had a feeling when I saw a new follower, it was Harboring Live. Is that your new name that you're going by? Oh, that's so cool. Well, hello. Thanks so much for being here. Hey, I got a question for you, Harv. Did you, are you on Facebook still, or did you quit that? That's so cool. All right, right on. Okay, so I'm just getting back into this, and it's been like a week since I've painted on this, so I'm a little bit rusty. I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know what I'm doing. But, yeah, it's good to see ya. It's good to see a familiar face. By familiar face, I mean name, I suppose. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I was having difficulties with a Windows update tonight. Of course, my computer was, in my words that I put in my announcement, held hostage by Windows updates. So I went ahead and updated my computer, and I'm like, I know this is going to take way longer than I expected to. It actually took even longer than I anticipated, and That's because for some reason, when I restarted my computer, it gave me like this error message that said that that something couldn't be located, like the desktop itself, and everything looked weird. Like the desktop background wasn't there, my account image wasn't there, the text all looked different, everything looked like it was running safe mode. Lemon Fluff, hello. Yeah, I'm there. I've just received two 30-day bans in a row. Yuck. Dude, that sucks. I'm sorry. Facebook's been really cracking down hard on a lot of people, man. It's been pretty bad. Bruh, I hate Windows Update. I know, it's such a great thing. Anyways, hey, it's Lemon Fluff. So I pre-sprayed the canvas. I got this cool new thing I gotta show ya. It's super duper awesome. It's just like a little spray bottle, but it's like a mister spray bottle. It pumps out like this fine mist, and it's really great. Yeah, super awesome. Okay, and then I gotta get my palette, and then I gotta get that all set up. Yeah, super awesome. Finally got that Windows Update out of the way though, and honestly, it gave me a freaking heart attack when my whole system restarted, and that, like, nothing was there. None of my desktop icons. I couldn't even launch the command prompt. I couldn't even do that. It wouldn't even start. I was like, what is going on? I was like panicking. I was like, is my computer just like obliterated right now? I was like, there's gotta be a way that I can fix this. I just restarted it like 2 more times and then it worked. And I was just like, okay, that's suspiciously easy. But then it says there's another update. So I just said, screw it, I'm streaming. I don't care. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, Windows, get it together. I mean, are all of these updates that necessary? I've got a working computer. It's fine right now. And I'm not doing too much. But the problem is even if you have it set so that it doesn't update automatically, it's still, in which I have that, by the way, it doesn't like randomly just start updating. It still has problems because it still runs as a service in the background, and it's like really, it eats up all my CPU. And it's just it's such a pain in the butt. I mean, like, it's not like it's not noticeable. It actually causes performance issues on my computer. So it just kind of sucks, that's all. I was getting ready to send up the troops. Oh my gosh. Getting ready to send up the troops. What? Yeah, it's mainly just security updates, but it just feels like every day. Yeah, pretty much. It's ridiculous, dude. Yeah, with having been late or starting up late, I feel bad doing that. It's like arriving to work late to me. Like, I take it seriously like it's work. But yeah, it feels pretty terrible. Like, why is she not streaming? Yeah, I mean, I'm so glad that you're paying attention to that. That's really nice to know. Yeah, I mean, I was just struggling with it, man. I just didn't know how to get my computer to act normal. I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna sit here all night trying to figure this out. I thought it would just update and just be done and be okay. Like, it wasn't though. It wasn't doing that. It was being a pain in the butt. So I'm kind of wondering, what should I work on tonight? What should I tackle right now? I suppose I did really finish, or I started working on details on the dragon. I suppose that's what I should be doing. Yeah. So we'll just go ahead and get our paints on our palette, and deciding which paints to use is kind of important. I sometimes make the mistake of putting down paints on my palette that I don't need to use. If I'm like specifically targeting a certain area of the canvas and I don't need to use some colors and I just put those colors on my palette, that kind of sucks because they just sit there unused and just dry up. I never like when I do that, so I'm trying to pay more attention to those types of things. So Harv, I'm hoping to hear, have you been playing Legends Arceus? I'm just, just guessing that you're probably playing that, considering I know you as a Pokemon fan as well. To be honest, my old PC was struggling to stream, and I think a Windows update screwed it. So last week, I bought a gaming PC and everything is so smooth. Yeah, I streamed it. Oh, you streamed last night. Oh, you streamed Legends Arceus. Yay. That's exciting, dude. So, how far are you? I'm trying to avoid spoilers like the plague, man. My friend McQuack Panda, she is also streaming Legends once in a while, and honestly, I joined into her stream and then I got the heck out of there as quick as possible because she got the game like before me, and so I was like freaking out because I want to experience it, I'll like go back and watch VODs, sure, but like I don't want spoilers, you know what I mean? It's such a good game. I'm impressed. I'm actually really impressed. Or this morning, you did it this morning too, huh? That's exciting. Last night / this morning, I guess. Right? Like not 2 streams, but just kind of depending on where you're at, sort of deal. I get you. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, how are you liking it so far? I am totally in love with that game. I mean, I haven't been this excited about a video game since probably, literally since probably Breath of the Wild. A bit of ultramarine. Ultramarine, cyan, and I could use a little bit of cobalt blue. This is my special paint. It's so fancy. It's Winsor and Newton Galleria acrylic. I couldn't find any cobalt blue that wasn't super fancy paint at the time for a decent price, so I just went ahead and got the really high quality stuff because I couldn't find any of that cobalt blue around that time of year. Everything was sold out, man. It was like crazy. It's like impossible to find. Alright, at the start, I'm kind of doing the tutorial. I love it, but it's taking so long. It's really good besides that. Frick the tutorial. That's nice blue. Thank you. I do really like cobalt blue. I can't do without it. Alrighty. Just a tiny, tiny bit of yellow. I probably don't need a special yellow. Azurite is too light. So maybe I'll go with primary yellow. It's a little bit more opaque, so I'm going to end up using that, probably. I'll probably actually put it like right there. That's fine. That's fine, right? It's move this up so you can see the paint on the palette. On the palette. There it is. Alright. Yeah, so it is a pretty, like, long game, but I actually really like that. Okay, so I feel like the tutorial isn't that bad, but at the same time, I think that that's because I've been desensitized by Monster Hunter. You ever play Monster Hunter? That dragon looks really cool. I haven't been on Facebook for a bit. Don't blame you. I don't blame you. Facebook is kind of nuts, man. I've just been going on there and just posting. But, like, honestly, my DMs are really backed up right now. And people are like, I don't know, just... I don't know. Some of my friends are just, like, sending memes and, like, you know, just saying nice things or whatever and joking and, like, I don't know. But I'm not looking at my DMs right now because I feel overwhelmed. I know that sounds so stupid, but it's like, alright, once I start getting buried like 5 deep in DMs and people are like conversing just random stuff. Like, and one of the people was talking about the new game and it's like there's just too much stuff going on. I didn't want to be in my DMs. So I'll get back to that eventually. But that side of Facebook, right now, I'm not really on. On like the super basic level, just seeing something I like and posting it. I'm doing that right now, and then I'll get back into whatever else. The more socialized part. Yeah, I want to try it, but it's so hard to get into. I think if I get past the tutorial, I'll love it. Yes, so there's a lot of like, I'm trying to find just the right brush for this, and I'm not sure that I have like a fine brush that isn't frayed, just enough that I can do some detail stuff. I actually found a nice filbert in here that might do the trick for some of this stuff. I'm not really sure how well this is going to work out, but I'm going to go ahead and use it anyways, and then we'll see. It's kind of a thicker filbert, but it's also a detailing brush. It's just one of my larger detailing brushes that I have. But anyways, I'm going to try this. Hard to get past the tutorial. Yeah, so like, that's the thing. Is that, like, it is very Monster Hunter-esque. Very. I mean, like, it's blatant. It's almost a shameless ripoff of Monster Hunter. But it's also really good. It's not like Monster Hunter owns the formula. It's not like for instance, there are a lot of turn-based RPGs, right? But you can't say that any one company owns the concept of turn-based RPGs. You know what I mean? You can't have that. Like, that's just not something that happens. You can't, like, just own the concept of the item box or the hub world that goes into the different little maps. The concept of Monster Hunter, it's very inspired. Like, it's like they have to know that it exists and they had to have actually played and like looked at the game and how it works like in order to do what they did. But it's really cool. It is so cool. I'm not bashing on them, not by any stretch, but I'm just saying it's extremely inspired and very reminiscent of Monster Hunter. So I have to use ambient light from the sky here, reflecting onto the ice, reflecting onto his chest plate ice. But this is kind of not really blending. I mean, okay, so it's blending a little bit more smooth now. That actually works just fine. Alrighty. There we go. But we will have to kind of tone that down because it's a bit much right now. There we are. Bink Moko, hello. Hi there. Your piece is looking so great. Thank you. You're so sweet, Bink Smoko. How you doing tonight? I really love Arceus at the moment, but like I just want to get into it, you know? I want to get my hands dirty. I had that problem with Monster Hunter. I love the battle system in Arceus though. It's great. I love the battle system. It's so fun. Yeah, you'll blow past the tutorial. The tutorial's really not too bad. It takes a little bit, but honestly, you'll get past it and then it'll be like, it's worth doing. Especially if you're not like terribly like used to something like Monster Hunter. Or just being new to the game in general, like new to Legends Arceus in general. I feel like that is important. It's just important to do the tutorial. That way you can really get into things, and it's pretty streamlined once you get past it though. It moves along pretty nice. Chill theme, yeah, Lemon Fluff. Right on. Good, we're just chilling before bed. Nice. Right on. Tomorrow is Friday. Are you excited for Friday? Yeah, I honestly, yeah. I'm just nuts about that game right now. Like, dude, I'm obsessed. So apparently, I don't want to spoil anything, but like somebody said that they were like skipping bosses. Apparently that's something you can do. Just saying. But I wouldn't do that. Anywho, what I did want to say was that oh yeah, the difficulty is pretty decent. That game is like, I mean, okay, so when you're out in the field, there's really almost no excuse to die out in the field. There's almost no excuse, but you might, starting out, you might like fall off a cliff or something. I actually did because I got distracted while I was playing, and I knew a cliff was there, but I went right off the edge. It was hilarious. But yeah, it's a very possible, it's very possible it happens. But there's almost no excuse to, unless you want to lose some item satchels and then people can get merit points for collecting your satchels, your item satchels. So I mean, there is that. But beyond that, it's like it's easy in the sense that you can just run away whenever you need to. That's good to hear. I hear after the tutorial it's great. The lady with the munchlax absolutely destroyed me, except I won at the end with one Pokemon. Luckily, I burned her before. I remember that. Yeah, I remember the munchlax. That one was tough. They got a critical on my starter, and I remember that part being difficult because they got really lucky, and yeah, that part, I remember that being a pain in the butt. I don't think I had to restart it. I think I ended up getting kind of lucky also. Like, I think I got a critical hit and managed to salvage what was happening, but honestly I can't fully remember. I just remember that one like scaring me, and then everything turned out okay. It was just one of those situations. But I don't remember much beyond that. Luckily, yeah, the game does it. Honestly, it picks up, and it's just gonna get so fun once you get the controls down and everything like that. And you're moving around and you're like running around in the field and stuff. You'll be able to like switch between your ride Pokemon and just control everything very fluidly. And also, oh my gosh, it is so cool. You can make it so fast paced. Like you can run around and then you can like send out your Pokemon to collect things and then switch your Pokemon, send out a different Pokemon to collect things from a different site. You can just continuously run around and then like jump on your ride Pokemon, run, jump off, throw your Pokemon at things. Like you can move as fast as your buttons you can press the buttons. Like it's awesome. That game is awesome. Super cool. Yeah. Oh, I love the little walking noises Starly makes too. There's so much detail. There's a lot of detail in certain areas, but then it's also kind of lacking in some other areas I've noticed. So if you find rain, like if it actually rains, if it ends up raining like in an area, you expect to like hear like rain sounds, right? Like wouldn't you expect to kind of see like rain splashing on the ground and like the sound of rain or something? Well, the only thing that happens when it rains is you see like these kind of like 3D modeled like long white strips that just rain down. They look like needles. They look like needles bombarding the ground. There's no splash or water effects even on the water. So like if there's sitting water and it's raining, you don't see any like droplets. You don't see any like moving ripples or anything. There's no atmosphere. You don't hear anything. It doesn't make any noise. It doesn't sound different, but they did add a couple of things, so they didn't just completely forget for some reason. Okay, so it makes like the shader modifiers, I'm guessing, like the textures on 3D models look a little bit more shiny. So they have like a more kind of shiny look to it, like a glossy almost look to it. And then also, what else? Oh yeah, if you stand still, your character holds their hand out and touches the rain. But that's it. You don't hear the noise. It doesn't interact with anything. It's bizarre. It's so weird. Heading to bed. Wanted to share my support. Have a good night. Aww. Have a super good night. Thanks so much for popping in, Being Smoko. You are super sweet. I appreciate your support always. You are amazing. Have a super good night. Get some good rest and enjoy your Friday. This sounds really cool, to be honest. I'm having trouble with the controls, but I'll get used to it. You will. It'll be good. You'll get used to it. I do have a few complaints with the graphics. Yeah, I agree. But I don't care. Game's good. But some are hard to notice. Like some are hard not to notice. Like the mountains you can't go to are very plain and unfinished. Oh, the ones that you can't go up look very plain and unfinished. Yeah. But I feel all these would be fixed in an easy update or something. Yeah, hard not to notice. Way too cool. Hello, welcome. Aw, have a super good night, brother, and Being Smoko. Thanks for popping in. Way too cool. Hello, hello. How's it going? I'm talking right here with Harboring Live about Pokemon Legends Arceus. We're currently enjoying the gameplay. So we were just chatting about it. I'm not sure that you're a Pokemon fan. I think that I recall that we had that conversation before. I don't think, but you know, I could be wrong. But hello, is that a Pokemon? Pokemon Legends Arceus, yes. Yeah, that's a Pokemon game. We were just talking about that, chatting it up. It's a really good game, I would say. Okay, so now I need to kind of get in here and I'm just kind of like winging it. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going for it. I added some of the ambient light from like what should be down here. I think the last time we talked about scorpions you make things out of. And I ate one on stream. I don't think I did that way too cool, but I did have scorpions. But I did tell you about how I have eaten one before in a lollipop like a million years ago. Hey now. Now it's true that I have eaten a scorpion before, but I didn't do it on stream, so you're half right. It was alive too. Now that's a stretch. The one that I ate was very dead and it tasted like cardboard. I didn't eat the tail tip, so I don't know what the venom tastes like, and I kind of don't want to know. But yeah. Hey, have you seen that they put like scorpions as toppings on pizza sometimes? I want to try that. Oh, I wondered what they taste like. Yeah, they taste like cardboard. Real appetizing, honestly. You probably really wanted to know that. Hilarious. Yeah, I mean, you're half right, sort of. Just never happened on stream, and it was a million years ago. Now, I ate it in a lollipop, and it was in school. I was in high school. And I was eating it, and this really mean girl who did not like me. She was a popular girl, probably because she was the loudest one on the block. And she was feisty. She didn't like me. And like I was eating this lollipop right in front of her, right? And she's just like, "Don't eat that. You're going to get AIDS." And then she started screaming that I had AIDS. I'm like, lady, I don't have AIDS. And that's not even how you get AIDS. Like, what the heck? Oh my gosh, she was so weird and mean and super rude. Like, first off, that's really insensitive to people who actually have AIDS. And also, that's not how it works. Like, it doesn't work that way. Oh my gosh. It was bad. Yeah, what a dork. I'm seriously. To be honest, nothing too weird. You guys find this weird, but I have ate kangaroo once. Ooh, I want to try that. Oh man, what's the weirdest thing I've eaten? What's the weirdest thing we've eaten? Oh, yeah, what does that taste like? What does kangaroo taste like? What's the weirdest thing I've eaten? I don't know. I eat a lot of things that I think a lot of people think are weird. Kind of, sort of, pretty regularly. Some of my faves are like, I like frog's legs. I like octopus and cuttlefish. I like shark. I've had rabbit, but that's not really that weird. I guess. You know, probably the weirdest thing would probably be... Well, I mean, I eat raw salmon like 3 times a week, so would that be considered weird? I mean, it's like sashimi, but it's something that I prepare, so it's like a homemade sushi thing that I like to do with my husband. I think a lot of people would probably consider that kind of weird, especially with the frequency of it. Because I think a lot of people who are eating raw salmon, they probably do it on a very rare occasion. But we're weird and we eat it like 3 times a week. Lemon, you beaten dork. I'm a dorkaholic. You guys are so funny. I haven't had it for a while, but it's just like tastier, tougher beef. Really? Oh. That's interesting. I would love to try kangaroo. Sorry if I'm letting down any of my vegan friends out there. I have vegan friends, but I'm personally not vegan. But I understand it, if that makes sense. And I respect it. I always feel weird talking about meat because I've had so many really close vegan friends, and when I would talk about it, I would get the glares and the stares, and I understand. I understand it's touchy for some people, and I do apologize for anybody listening who is vegan and kind of freaked out about the meat. I get it, and when you think about the animals themselves, it's kind of freaky. I think so anyways. Alright. I've eaten old milk that clumped up like some kind of sour yogurt. That's disgusting, dude. No way. It was sitting out for over a day. What? And you didn't, like, keel over and die from it? That's so gross. There was this one time where my family went on vacation. I was like 7. I had a cup of milk sitting out before we left on vacation, and we came back and I found it, and it was all separated. It was clumped and it looked like a marshmallow, like a giant marshmallow sitting at the top, and then this yellow, like pussy looking liquid underneath it. It was so gross. I remember that. That was pretty nasty. Oh, it was so gross. Let's just, if they go extinct, I could understand. That's how tasty it is. Oh my gosh, that tasty? Part of me died, yes. Was it an accident? So you're not dead? Or you're not dead? Yeah, right? Like... Harvey and I grew up in a rundown trailer, so my body can survive on things that make people sick. Our water had so much rust in it. Oh, that is so awful. I'm so sorry to hear about that. Yikes. Gosh, I hope you're in better conditions these days. Yeah, that's no fun. That's no good. It's pretty terrible, if you ask me. My goodness. Yeah, so that's tough, man. You're tough as nails then. Drinking that nasty milk, man. Did you throw up or anything? Like, did it cause any kind of like distress? Like, holy moly. It's pretty crazy and intense. A lot of yeah, that's pretty crazy and also intense. Like, holy smoke. Yeah, my family, like, went on vacation, and then we, like, came back, and, like, I was 7, so I I done drinked the milk. I drank so much milk. I seriously had a glass of milk going on always. I was always drinking milk. And these days, I'm not much different. I don't just drink straight up milk though. It's always a cup of coffee or chai or something that is a milky beverage. And the coffee, of course, always has milk in it. So these days, I really haven't changed a bit. I'm just like Kid Me, except I'm the adult version, I guess. We all grow up and stay the same, right? Yeah, oh my god, that's terrible. Oh, you're joking around, okay. Oh my gosh. Stop with the joking. Oh my gosh. Wild, dude. You had me. You truly had me. But I mean, that's not uncommon. It's really not uncommon, so it's easy to believe because it's actually a problem. Like, it's a problem for a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people. So, you know, gotta understand where our concern is coming from. Saying, used to drink milk and dairy things like yogurt, but now it goes through me. Oh no, you got the lactose intolerance, don't ya? I do too, but that's why I get lactose-free milk. We buy the lactose-free stuff. Over here. It's a little bit more expensive. But oh my gosh, it's worth it. I feel like most people are lactose intolerant. And I think a lot of people don't know it and just suffer the consequences when they're, like, you know, enjoying their dairy. They just go ahead and just suffer like it's all good. But yeah, it's not all good. It's definitely not that. Nope. Yeah, so we get the lactose-free. So I do not do the lactate pills. They have pills that are supposed to help with that, but they don't really work. They make me more sick. Can you still do cereal? Or is that also an issue at heart? Yeah, I mean, like for me, my biggest issue was, I'm not gonna speak for her, but for me, my biggest issue was just milk. Cheese is pretty bad too, just didn't seem to be as bad, at least for a while. So, yeah, I mean, it's pain. It's a whole pain in the butt. Yeah, I still have it. I suffer the consequences. You really gotta get that lactose-free milk stuff. It's really good. Like, I'm saying it makes a world of difference. If you haven't already, definitely try that. It makes quite a bit of difference. I will notice if I have milk that isn't treated like that. But yeah, I don't do the pills though. They have those ones that I was just talking about. They have those lactose intolerance pills to help you if you got the digestive issues, which is super great that they tried. A for effort, I guess, but no, I don't recommend those. When I was in high school, I tried those out for the first time, and this is a gross story, but it was super embarrassing. I projectile vomited in class. Class was about to start, and I projectile vomited. And the teacher, the worst part is, okay, so everybody knew about it in school. Everyone started talking, even people that weren't in that class talked about it. Circled back to me. People were talking about me. Sucked so bad. The teacher thought it'd be humorous to tell his students from there on about the story about me. And yeah, so I heard about it that way too. Stuff gets around, man. If you talk about people, it gets around. Just saying. It's just a fact of life. But anyways, I digress. This teacher talked and told all the students about my projectile vomiting. And it was due to those stupid pills. I will never take one again. They're supposed to make it so that, like, if you take it like 30 minutes before drinking milk or having dairy, it's supposed to make your problems go away, but it actually amplified them and made them like 100 times worse. I kid you not. Don't mess with those things. They will mess you up. Not worth it. Splatoon IRL, yeah, kind of gross. It's hard to get downtown right now. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, it's probably a little challenging. Just, yeah, depending on where you're at. Are you guys having, oh, it's like summer for you, isn't it? Is it like late summer for you? I was just thinking about that. I was going to say like something about snowstorms, but then I realized, oh yeah, you're in Australia. Not to out you like that, but you know. Very cool. Yeah, very awesome. I would love to visit Australia one of these days. I hear you guys got cockatoos over there, and I'm living for it. I would love to see that. Trust me. Summer, it's basically like raining every day. Yeah. Splatoon, yeah. Hilarious, right? Totally. I didn't, you know, get anyone with my Splatoon paint or whatever. But, I didn't splat anyone or whatever. But, you know, I tried, I guess. Just kidding, I didn't try. I tried not to. And it was like the worst day of my entire high school days. Hilarious. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. It was like, it was the worst. It was the worst day of high school. My high school boyfriend at the time, he was totally good with it, and like he defended me, so that was nice of him. Like, I was really embarrassed, and he was like the only person that was defending me, so that was pretty cool. At least he did that. It was nice. Okay, there we go. And then I do really have to darken this stuff up over here. I sort of want to change the pattern on this. I'm sort of not really satisfied with that. I might just do like some kind of stripey thing, but I'm not really sure. Let's just try. Yeah. Alright, let's look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Yeah, I see them all the time. The cockatoos, oh my gosh. That is such a blessing. I'm sure they rip apart your buildings and destroy everything with their beaks, though. That kind of sucks and is probably a little terrifying. How do you blend your colors so well? That's so nice to say. Willpower and the pressure of a brush. Just blot it in there, you know, just stick it in there and just attack it. I don't know. I don't know, man. You gotta use water. You can also use whites, have it dry. I'm using acrylic, so this isn't gonna work for oils, but this is a tip for fast drying paints. You can put down like whites, and then you can kind of dry brush colors onto it, like tint it. And then, so like, for instance, if you see some of these like really, it might be hard to see, but if you see some of these like really light blue parts, it's like I started off with white or a very light color as a base, and then I take a very low opacity, like a really thin color, like for instance cyan is a very, very good one. Cyan over here on my palette, right here, it's this one, is the one that's extremely transparent, so you can just kind of put it on top of white and then it makes it like this bright blue, and then you can like put the highlights on it. Yeah, it's like super fun. You just kind of press it into the canvas and attack it. It works, trust me. Alright, and I also like to use water. And I recently started using this little brush here. Or this brush. I just started using paintbrushes on my painting. No, I'm just kidding. I just recently started using this cool thing. It's brand new. I was using like a really low quality spray bottle, and it's not good. You gotta get the really fine one. You gotta get the ones that mist. It's really important. Super important. So, and then I just kind of like willpower it. Speaking of willpower, has anyone here played Phoenix Wright? Like any of the Phoenix Wright games? My husband and I recently finished Phoenix Wright Justice for All. And oh my gosh. It's the last one is a pain in the butt. The last one is a pain. Yeah, so we got the trilogy. The first one, I already played that one on the DS, but it was like a million years ago, so I remembered vaguely when we replayed through everything. I remembered pretty much every case, but just very vaguely. And it took me everything not to spoil some of the parts that I remembered. Somehow, I miraculously remembered after like, what, 10 years? I don't know. I shouldn't have remembered any of it anyways. But the second one I never played. So we played that one through, new for both of us. And that one's Justice for All. And the writing not as good in my opinion, and like the cases themselves, some of the answers to things don't make any sense and they're kind of blind. They also set up a million traps. There are so many traps in that game, and there's an alternate ending. It's just crazy. There's two endings to it, and it's littered with traps. You can fall down a pitfall or a rabbit hole, and you can start going into like questioning things that you're not supposed to question, or pressing on things and then presenting evidence, and then you like lose the whole case because you went down this whole like thing that's just taking up all your health because you weren't supposed to press a question or something. It's like nuts. It's littered with traps, and also it makes no sense. So we actually had to use a guide for a lot of it because it was crazy. It got to the point where trial and error was just so aggravating that we eventually, for some of the parts that we couldn't do, and they were like crazy answers, like super random, like you have to pull this stuff, you have to like try. Like literally they don't give you any clues for some of these, and it's just, yeah. So anyways, that's really hard to do. You can't, you just can't play that game without a spoiler-free guide. That's what we end up using, which was great. But yeah, the closest I've played is Phoenix Wright. To Phoenix Wright is Judgment / Lost Judgment. I've never heard that. Judgment. I know they made that spin-off, Apollo Justice, but I don't think they re-released that. They at least re-released the trilogy on the Switch, which was cool. But, yeah. Yeah, that was definitely really cool, but I kind of wanted to play that Apollo Justice game. But yeah, I don't think they're going to remake that. I think they only made one of those games anyways. And I'm pretty sure it ties into the Phoenix Wright universe, from what I understand. But yeah, oh, there's the technical difficulties on the cam. There it is. Alright, that usually means that it's time for a break. It goes off every like hour or so. It's strange. It has to do with the GoPro bitrate and not matching up with something with my RTMP server on my computer. So yeah, that's when that happens. Ugh. Alright, let's see what happened here. It's basically a spin-off of the Yakuza series. You play as a detective / lawyer. Oh, is it by the same people as who did Yakuza? I bet you anything that my husband would actually really like that. Alrighty, you guys. It is actually time for a break while I set the camera back up. In the meantime, please enjoy a time lapse. I'm actually going to run a quick ad so that we can disable pre-roll ads so you can jump in. Yeah, you can jump in or jump out without having to get hit with a pre-roll ad. That's important to me. I'm trying to squash those. They suck. I hate ads. Alright, so we're gonna go and 2. Alright, you guys. I'll see you very shortly. It'll be 5 minutes. Alrighty, we're back and we're reconnected. Yes, it is finally time to get back to painting. And oh my gosh, I used up that entire time to get it reconnected. It was a pain in the butt. Technical difficulties haunt me. And they will continue to haunt me until the end of my days. I'm sure of it. But yeah, so we are officially back. No problem. And hopefully, pre-roll ads are squashed. I hate tech too. My gosh, it never stays nice. You know, you'll have everything set up pristine, perfect, no problems at all, right? And then one day you wake up and everything's broken. Is it an update? I don't know. Did it just decide to kind of just stop working? The components are failing? Like what is it, you know? It's always something, always. This GoPro actually has like a plethora of issues. It's just full of issues, riddled with issues. But yeah, tech can be difficult. And I know you know the feeling, Harv, I really do. You are definitely a more tech-savvy person that I know of. You are definitely a tech person. The tech guy. The tech dude. Yeah, so it's a pain in the butt. It's true. I mean, it makes things kind of amazing, but also, yeah, it can be frustrating. So, like, I do just have this problem on my GoPro. I have an RTMP server that's set up on my computer. I use Mona server for my PC. I did it with my other computer, but when I got this one, so many things that just plug and play, it was so weird to get it working on this one. Yeah, things have definitely gotten more streamlined, so if you get newer stuff, it tends to work really awesome. Like, yeah, totally. And that's great. That's really good news. I'm so glad to hear that you're back into streaming and you're doing all that again. That's awesome. That is so cool. So are you streaming on this account that you are viewing from? I imagine so, because Harvarine Live. I mean, that's a name that's like I live stream sort of name. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think that's good. Good name. That it tells me everything I need to know. Yeah. So you have been streaming Legends Arceus. I'm gonna wanna tune in. I am gonna want to tune in. Yeah. So I imagine you're doing that on this account. Yep, my old one was just so old and full of crap, so I made a new one. So did you build it? Is this like your build? That is super cool. When you say you made it, you made a new one. That is really awesome. I've never built a computer, but I did have to upgrade this old one. Old Bessie over here. It's pretty okay. It's not a bad computer by any stretch. And it does its job quite well. For live streaming, the fact that it works, I mean, considering I'm not using anything super fancy. I'm like, you know, I am streaming with like OBS and everything. I'm running a few softwares that are kind of heavy, but I really have to close everything else and run OBS in administrator mode and like all of that just to get everything working just nicely, but it works good considering. Yeah, I upgraded the I got a a new graphics card, and I also upgraded the RAM. So those are the only things that I actually like hands-on did with my computer, but that was it. Beyond that, I don't know. No, my Twitch account. Oh, okay, got you. I made a new one. Yes. Okay, that makes complete sense. I love that. I love that you did a new name. And when you followed, I was like, I bet I know who that is. That is so cool. Alright, my first stream was Pokemon Shining Pearl with one Pokemon, and yesterday was Arceus. Ooh. I never had a laptop this powerful, but it handles so much. Ooh, a laptop even. That's awesome. I use a desktop computer, but I have a laptop, and I ended up repurposing that laptop. I'm kind of like having my husband use it right now for like his podcasts. So we're like using that for like his podcast editing and all that fun stuff. But yeah, like I like that laptop. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done. And it's kind of slow. It's actually pretty slow. But my computer that I'm running on right now, I upgraded it and everything like that. Oh hey, I do have something to say though. Like, my husband, he bought a gaming PC off of Cyber Power PC. He got a Cyber Power PC, right? He got this gaming rig for like $1,000. It kicked the bucket in a couple weeks. It took, I don't know, 2 weeks. He had the thing on and he was playing his games, and he didn't really play on it very much, but when he did, he would like play, I don't know what he was playing actually. He would have to talk about it. But it kicked off, like it just powered off. And so, you know, we're all thinking it's the power supply, it's the power supply. All right, sure. So I got a new power supply. He unhooked a few things from the motherboard that he wasn't supposed to, so I went in and I tried to fix it. I set up the new power supply I bought, and I got it set up. It's all hooked into the motherboard and into the fans and into everything, into the hard drive and everything. And oh my gosh, I think that the motherboard is fried. Like, I kid you not, and he didn't keep the manual, and I don't think he knows what to do, like to call them or anything like that, but it's been ages by now. He's already got to be past his warranty. So, yeah, learn from those mistakes. Keep all of the manual, keep the papers, keep proof of purchase, keep all of that information when you make a giant purchase like that, because things like that do happen. And you'll end up just having to eat the cost for a massive paperweight if you're not careful. Just saying, it was terrible. And so I bought the new power supply, I plugged it in, the fans work, it just kind of like powers on for a sec and then it like snaps again and then it shuts off. So we think that it's a motherboard problem now. Very bizarre. Yeah, it might be a faulty thing. Yeah, I keep everything. I do too. Trust me, I do too. Now my husband, he's kind of like a minimalist in the sense that he doesn't really like to keep too much stuff and things that are like, that he might consider clutter or something. And I understand that because, you know, you don't want to be a hoarder, right? Like, but things go wrong. And I am actually very paranoid in that regard. I'm the opposite. I'm the type who will hold on to that stuff for as long as I have it. So all of the devices that I purchase, like with their boxes, anything that's like kind of important. Like, okay, so speakers, that might not be one of them. It's just speakers. But something like a microphone or a camera or a handheld device like a tablet or, you know, a laptop, a computer, I keep everything. The manual is there. The box, there. Like, I have everything, man. You know, it's important. New gaming systems, I keep all of that stuff. Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's a giant, like, it eats up space. I agree. It does, but... I thought my graphics card was messing with my sound, etc. with this one, but it turns out I just don't know how graphics cards work. Yeah, I don't think they have anything to do with sound, do they? Graphics cards, they're kind of interesting. I mean, if you have like a PCIe slot, like you can plug in a display to it. Mine has like a VGA, not VGA. Is it VGA? I can't remember. VGA cable and HDMI and the really old one too. I don't remember. I have, what do I have plugged into that? I have both my monitor and my display tablets, my Wacom One. So I have this nice fancy screen tablet. And it's incredible, and I use it as my second display. It's also a pen tablet, and it just functions so beautifully. And yeah, so I use that. And those are plugged into my graphics card that I use. I think it's like RTX. I can't remember. I would have to look at the box, which is tucked away. But yeah, I had to get myself, it was like an MSI RTX something, I don't know. I don't remember. But it was perfect for my computer, and it works for my motherboard, so I was just like, I'm gonna get that. My mix amp for my headset won't work. My new PC, I still don't know how to get it to work. Mix amp. Isn't that a software? Mix amp? Like a really old software? Won't work. My new PC, still don't know how to get it to work. Have you tried to run it in Oh, it's a physical thing. Mix amp for my headset won't work. My new PC, I don't know how to get it to work. Okay, interesting. Oh no. Yeah, that sounds like an issue that's like, I feel like I'd be happy to try to help with, but I would have to be there probably. Like, I'd have to physically see everything on there. It has volume control, and I can change the sound settings. That sounds so cool. That sounds amazing. Hey, I'm sure you have, but have you heard of, oh no, what's that thing called? There's, pretty awesome piece of tech that's really popular. Stream Deck. Stream Deck by... I'm an idiot. I can't remember on the spot. I was looking at the thing, and I like really was interested and curious to know. Let's look it up. Stream Deck. Let's see. So Stream Deck Elgato, that's what it is. They're like a very like streamer-esque company. So like everything that they do is for like streamers, but like the Elgato Stream Deck, that looks like a nice piece of hardware. Real nice. Totally worth investing in if you've got the kind of cash. I might later down the line, but oh my gosh, it's expensive. Like, holy moly. Is that the weird panel thing with the buttons you can assign things to? Yeah, I want to get one. That's what my capture card is from. Yeah. That's so cool. So they make capture cards too. Of course they do. They make everything for streamers. Oh my gosh. Wasn't even thinking about that because I literally just said that. Yeah. So that's pretty gosh darn cool. That thing looks amazing to me. It has all those buttons. You can assign like what you want them to be, and like, yeah, it's fascinating. I really want to give it a try. I really, really would like to give that a try. And to be able to actually have one, that would be really, really cool. It's really expensive though. Like I can't afford it right now, but I might later down the line. Like, might be something that I could do eventually. Especially if my art shows go super well. So Hart, I actually went to my first art show. Well, it was like a trade show a couple weekends ago. And I had my own little booth where I got to sell my art, and people came to me and supported me and purchased handmade things and prints from me. And it felt so nice. Oh my gosh, it was so nice. It was such a good feeling. I had never sold any of my stuff in person before. I'd never like made in-person appearances. But you know, I was just kind of at the local mall. I wouldn't say local, it's actually quite a bit of a drive from where we're at, but it's an event called Hello Handmade, and it was so cool to be able to experience that. It was kind of a dream of mine to be able to do that, and so we're gonna start doing that more often around here. Not every single weekend, but definitely some weekends we'll be able to do that. I still gotta sort my OBS stuff and Twitch stuff to look fancy. You know, all the background stuff, layouts, etc. At the moment I don't have a use for the Stream Deck thing. I saw that. I'm glad it went well. Oh, hey, you saw it. That's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, so like OBS is like, it's like all of your assets and stuff. It takes a long time to sort that stuff out. I feel like it takes a very long time to get all that stuff, all your duckies in a row. All of that stuff ready for action. It definitely takes time. But yeah, like for me, it took me, ooh, I just kicked the camera. There it goes. It just took me a long time. Just over time, I just add more stuff. In fact, I added a new thing for this stream. I haven't announced it yet, but I did add a new channel points reward, and it's another high reward. But what it does is it switches the scene over to a scene where it just zooms in on the canvas, like you actually see the cam in full. And there are no overlays, there's no theme, nothing like that. There's no secondary cam, it's just that. And any like regular overlays, like if you activate the snow, it'll show that. But yeah, like it's just one of those things that's like if you want to get a better look, and then I added a cooldown and everything like that. You have to think about like the cooldown limits and what's fair, and then like also the Streamlabs chatbot, I totally recommend. I use OBS personally. Not Streamlabs OBS, so it doesn't plug into my OBS. Unfortunately, I'm missing some functions there, but it's still nice to have a bot that you can have signed into your own account. I find that to be very good to have, personally. That's just an opinion of mine. I buy something. Those are amazing paintings. Thank you. You're so sweet. You are so super duper amazingly sweet. Thank you for your kind words. Yeah. I was so excited. You gotta understand how much it meant to me. Seeing people in person say like nice things and come over and support my art, like that's something that I always wanted to experience, but I was also really timid about it. Like showing myself in front of people, it's kind of nerve-wracking. I still want to figure like a style and stuff too, but I do have all the important stuff ready, like Streamlabs and Twitch overlays, chat, alerts, event stuff, event list, etc. Must have been scary. Yeah, yeah, it's actually a little intimidating. We just went in. My gosh, people are so social there. People are so social. It's nice. I'm a shy person. I'm a very shy person, but I can still put on my customer service smile and self. I can still do all that. Oh my gosh! Lunarity, hello! Thank you for subscribing. You're so sweet. Did the Pikachu work? Pikachu. Amazing. Hello and welcome, and thank you for being here. I hope you're doing well. Lunarity, did you kick COVID's butt? Obviously you did. But I hope that you're feeling better. I know it's been quite a bit of time. But I just gotta say it. Been thinking about you. Also, Lemon Fluff. I got to see her though, and that's really nice. I got to see her. And that way I don't have to worry so very much. Oh, there we go. I'm fine. No lasting effects, luckily. Oh, thank goodness. And Lemon Fluff says that she's fine too. Yes, okay, good. Yeah, that's the big thing with the COVID virus. Is the lasting effects. It's kind of scary. Kind of scary, the effects that people get. So so like your smell and everything like that came back too? Lemon Fluff, did your sense of smell disappear also when you had it? I'm just pressing in on this dude's face. Staining it. Completely. Oh my gosh. That's insane. I've avoided it so far, I think. Me too. Yeah, I'd say it's back to normal. Good. Yeah, so you completely lost your sense of smell. So, like, during the sickness, it was like that? Was it like that well afterward? Is it still? I have so many questions. Everyone who's got it that I've talked to lost their sense of smell. I never had that. We did get sick over here, but we didn't. We tested negative for COVID, but we also never got like the signature weirdness that everybody knows and loves. Just kidding, not loves. I completely lost my sense of smell and taste. That's so bizarre. You can put your head in a litter box and nothing. Oh, that's so weird to me. Yeah, like you guys and like one of the regular people, one of my wonderful supporters, Rin, she had it, and you guys were talking about that. That's so weird. So yeah, like, and also Lemon Fluff is fully vaccinated. Lunarity, you're vaccinated. I could taste, or I guess feel saltiness and spiciness. That's so weird. What? Yeah, I would put my nose right up to deodorant or even my cat's wet food once I smelled nothing. Yeah, salt. Oh, that's weird. I heard that, like, people, like, when they smell onions, they can smell something, but it doesn't smell the same. It smells like something different that's not onions. Or, like, super putrid that it can't, like, that you can't even stomach it. I was hearing something about that. That's so strange. See, we got sick over here when everyone was getting sick, but none of us had the smell thing, so I'm pretty sure we didn't catch it. Pretty sure we just got like regular sickness. We tested too, and it was negative. It was like the home test, so. Yeah, you never know with the home test. I was craving hot dog and it tasted like chemicals? Oh, that's so disappointing. What? You were craving a hot dog and you went to go taste it and it tasted like chemicals? Oh. Dude. That would make me so angry. I would be so frustrated. One of my friends did get COVID and lost no taste or smell. Interesting. But I think it's actually really likely that you do. I'm not saying that there aren't those one-off cases, but we all got sick over here in this big wave at the same time, and all of us could still smell. We could all still smell and taste. So, I mean, that's 3 of us over here that got sick. We got hit with something. But I don't know, it felt like a cold. I don't remember it all too well. I just, it just felt like an ordinary cold, I guess. So I don't think that we got it, but we could have. Like, I think that the possibility is still there. But, yeah. Bizarre. Like I can't imagine, and I don't want to, honestly. I don't want to experience that. Losing your sense of smell like that bad. Like, goodness. Goodness. I have to, like, really get in here. Kind of stained the canvas. Once again, we're talking about staining the canvas. And then get in here with a nice, smooth line. That's just like, kind of like that. Alright. And there's more to do over on the face and everything like that, but we gotta make him look all kind of shiny and stuff. Like, he's an icy dude. He's an icy dragon. Alright. Yeah, it's kind of crazy thing to experience, especially since I'm very sensitive to smell usually. That's so strange, dude. Like, I would personally probably be kind of upset. And, like, the only thing that I can probably, just based on descriptions, compare it to is, like, when I was pregnant, I had, like, really, really strange... It was like my sense of taste and smell changed. And, things that I used to like smelled, like, pungent and disgusting to me. And then, like, certain smells and, like, certain tastes and foods and things like that that were even bizarre, I craved. Like, I craved so bad. I craved the smell of, like, Home Depot and, like, gardening sections. Like, I could just go in there and just, like, huff the cured wood and stuff. It's bizarre. And, what else? Oh yeah, the cleaning chemicals. When they were, like, cleaning at, like, my job at Harrah's, it was, it smelled really good. Like, I could have chewed on their chemical rags because it smelled delicious. And so I had to, and I was craving the taste of, like, a wet towel for some reason. Like, I wanted to chew on wet towels, so I had bought, I had bought some, like, little hand towels just so that I could, like, wash them, get them wet, and then chew on them. It was the weirdest cravings I've ever had in my entire life, and my sense of taste and smell absolutely changed. Garlic made me want to puke. Coffee, the smell of coffee made me want to puke. Like, the thing, ramen noodles made me want to puke. Just the smell of them. I love all those things. Also, I could hardly eat sriracha because it smelled too garlicky. And once again, that made me feel sick. Like, well, it was so weird. Yeah, I've heard pregnancy does that. It seems really weird. Oh, I've never heard of that. Yeah, it's bizarre. Like, your sense of taste and smell and, like, the things that you're sensitive to, like, everything switches. Everything changes. And I was worried that it wasn't going to go back to normal because my stepsister, she said she had that and that it never went back to normal. And so I was terrified. I was just like, nothing's gonna go back to normal. I'm just gonna live like this. So she had that issue eternally, I guess. She still has that problem after having her kids. But me, it went away. I'm, like, way back to myself, completely, 100%. Nothing changed permanently there, thank goodness, because I was, like, worried it would. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm seriously going to want to, like, chew on towels all day and huff utility closets and like, oh man, and be scared of garlic. My gosh, I love garlic. It was so sad. I was frustrated because it's like, once again, it was like the Lemon Fluff mentioned, like, craving the hot dogs and then it tasting like chemicals with the COVID. But, like, while I was pregnant, I craved things like ramen noodles and things that were garlicky, and I was sorely disappointed in kind of like the same feeling. Like, the same way. I was just so disappointed that everything made me really nauseous and just everything was pungent and gross. It was sad. It was actually sad. Yeah. I was sorely disappointed with that. Not fun, and I feel like COVID's probably way worse in that regard, just based on everything I've heard. A lot of things stayed the same. Of course I still had my sweet tooth, but oh my gosh, I definitely craved things I shouldn't have been eating. Nachos. Oh my gosh, nachos with cheese, like, It was supreme. I shouldn't have been eating that though. And what else did I crave? Oh, I craved well, this one shouldn't be like too hard to believe. I craved dragon fruit. Real bad. I mean, I was dreaming about it. I was literally dreaming about it, and I would spend so much money on dragon fruit at the store whenever they had it. I just dropped all my money for the dragon fruit because it was so good. And then I was dreaming about growing it in the backyard. And it's like now, it's like, okay, I'm back to my normal levels of liking dragon fruit, right? Like I like dragon fruit, but I'm not dreaming about it. And I'm not like, you know, I'm not like thinking about like having an infinite source of dragon fruit. Like, it was such a random thing to just crave so bad. Like, an intense craving. It was so weird. I mean, yeah, I like dragon fruit, but oh my god, that was like intense. I don't know if I've ever tried dragon fruit. It is very good. So, it's got like this magenta or like hot pink exterior. And it's kind of got like these weird little like spike things. They're not spikes, but they're just kind of like these weird shaped things coming off of the sides. And they kind of like are green and hot pink and they're pretty. And you cut them open and it kind of sort of looks like a white kiwi or something. Like you cut it open and then that pink stuff is just the flesh on the outside. But then the interior is like this, it's like this soft white fruit that's pretty much uniform all the way through. And it's got these little black seeds in it. So it's like this white, juicy, like fruit that you can cut it in half. You can take a spoon and just kind of like dig into it and just eat it like it's a bowl. It's so good, and it's really juicy. It's like very sweet and has like a real mild flavor. It doesn't taste like anything wacky. It doesn't have like a strong like smell or anything like that. It doesn't have like it's not like citrusy or anything like that. It's just this mellow, sweet flavor that's got like these little crunchy bits in it because of the little black seeds, and it tastes amazing. But oh my gosh, I craved it hardcore when I was pregnant. It was ridiculous. It sounds good. It is so good. It is so good. You wouldn't be disappointed if you tried it. It's expensive, but you know, as a treat, sometimes kind of worth it. Not as worth it as much as I was eating it when I was pregnant, but but you know, like I'm not gonna go drop, you know, $20 on 2 fruits every week or so like I used to. It wasn't every week. It was like pretty much every time we went to the international market though. When they had it, I would get it. But yeah, like it might as well have been because of how much I ate it. It was ridiculous. Yeah. My gosh, it was good. Super delish. Yeah. I think I kind of want to darken that up underneath his chin there. Here we go. Here we go. Alright. Oh, have you ever tried lychee? I love those. I haven't. Am I pronouncing it right? Lychee? Because I've heard it pronounced like that before, but I don't know because I don't know enough about it. I've heard really good things about it. I've heard good things about it, but I never have been able to try it. Anytime I was like wanting to actually go look for it, it's never there. Like it's kind of sad. I have wanted to try it though, like I do. If I come across it, I'll pick it up. Yeah, tell me how that tastes. They're like grapes, but better in my opinion. Ooh. That's how I say it, but I'm not super sure. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. So they're like grapes, but taste really good. Grapes are kind of in my opinion. Lychee sounds really good. I've heard really positive things about it. It's definitely on my list of things I want to try. For sure. I'd say they're less acidic than grapes, if that makes sense. Well, that's good, because I'm not really a big fan of the acidity. I don't really like acidic tasting things all that much, except I really, really like pineapple. But if you could remove its acidity, then I would actually like pineapple a million times more. I feel like that's its only downfall, is that it's acidic. Pineapple's incredible tasting, but the acidity does bother me a little bit. So that would be a plus. That sounds like a plus to me. Kind of erasing his smile a little bit here. Erase the smile. You are no longer allowed to smile, dragon. Quit pretending to be happy. You are an ice dragon. You must be mean and cold. The texture is similar to a grape, but maybe chewier. Yeah, acidic things make my teeth hurt. Yeah, same. I have pretty bad teeth, and I need to go see a dentist, to be honest with you. I got a chip in my tooth and everything. I hate pineapple. It's so infectious with its flavor. Maybe I just haven't had it in anything, but it's so sweet. Oh, I really like it. I have a sweet tooth, and that's the thing, is I really like pineapple. I'm not a massive fan of its texture and the acidity and how it has that like bromelain chemical in it. Bromelain? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. That stuff is, it eats you back. The acidity eats your mouth back. It bites. Like, if you eat too much of it, your mouth will hurt, your tongue will hurt, your throat will hurt, and that's because of the chemical bromelain, which is actually very acidic, and it just eats away at anything that it touches. So, yeah, and it might actually be like contributing to some of my tooth issues, to be honest with you, because it's extremely acidic and it's not good. Like, it might be good for like cleaning your teeth real quick, but if you're like having that with something sweet or with coffee, it's a very, very bad combination. And you know how much I drink coffee. I drink coffee all the time, so it's just not good. Not the good. Yeah, it makes my mouth hurt sometimes. Oh, I just haven't had it in anything good, but it's so sweet. Yeah, it's okay, so I really liked it in my grandma's pineapple upside down cake that she used to make. Oh my gosh, it was so, so good. I loved it so much, and I need to learn how to make pineapple upside down cake because it's actually really, really good. But anyways, I remember having it in that, and like, I remember also having it when I was younger, like when I was a kid. Just like regular pineapple, and not really liking it all that much. Also, my mom was allergic. My mom is allergic to pineapple, so we never really got it. I mean, sometimes we would like pick up other things that she was allergic to, like melons or bananas or something like that, and I would eat those. But like pineapples were one of the things we like almost never had in the house for whatever reason. I think that probably the rest of my family was also just not fond of it, so that could have been it. But my grandma, she made the pineapple upside down cake sometimes, and one time she did it for my birthday, which was so nice of her. And it was so good. It's like this brown sugar delicacy with these cooked pineapple slices on it. And it was the best pineapple I ever had. The way that it was, the way that she prepared it, it was just so sublime. So good. And honestly, that's something that I kind of want to learn how to cook, because it was just something that she did that was just super delish. I don't have her recipe. In fact, she probably honestly just pulled up the recipe online or something. I'm not really sure if she knew a recipe. I think she just had a craving to make the stuff, but it was just so good. I feel like cooked pineapple lose some of their acidity too. I think that they do. I think if you cook it and if you freeze it, the bromelain chemical breaks down. If I'm not mistaken, like that's the stuff that like really eats away at everything that it touches. Like that's the offending chemical in that stuff. Which, thank goodness, there's a way to tame that beast, because it's like, it's overpowering. I mean, seriously, especially if you just want to eat a whole bunch of pineapple, like, you don't want to suffer the consequences, right? Kind of sucks. Kind of sucks when that stuff happens. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna kind of fade this out just a bit. We're just gonna fade it a little bit. A little tiny bit. Okay, that's starting to come together a little. Starting to make a little bit more sense as I blend through. Yeah, I feel like, oh yeah, I feel like cooked pineapples lose some of their acidity too. I just read that. For some reason, I thought that you said something else. Yeah. You know what they do is they cook your mouth. They cook your mouth and eat it. So I'm making decent progress tonight. I'm still gonna probably actually finish up in about 20 minutes, so at the usual 1 o'clock time. I did start late, but staying up late I feel like is something that's gonna be a little too hard for me to do right now. Personally, I don't know if I could stay up. Yeah. I'm gonna be pretty tired. Besides, I'm pretty excited to get all warm and snuggled up in the bed with my husband, because it is cold, dude. It's chilly here. You know what's so weird is our smoke alarms were going off, and so like I didn't know what was going on. A strange coincidence actually happened the other day where our smoke alarm system was going off during the day. And then like later on that day, like it stopped randomly. And later on that day, one of our neighbors, the fire department was there. So I was like, well, did like the fire from there like somehow get into our house, and so our smoke alarms or smoke detectors picked it up? Yeah, it's freezing here. Yeah, I was so confused. I'm like, and people are like, that's not how it works. It could be it needs a new battery too. Not to spoil it, but yeah, that's actually what it ended up being. So basically, it went off for a bit. Our systems went off for a bit, and then it stopped. So I was like, okay. And usually they make like a chirping sound, and the light turns red on them if they need a new battery. But I'm not really sure what happened, but like it seems like we found the problem one today. So like when it happened initially, our heater was on. So I thought something was happening in the attic maybe, because I couldn't see or smell or anything. I was like thinking that could also be it. I was skeptical of that. Because we are having like air conditioning problems, AC unit problems, which is also tied to our heater. So our heater and AC are the same unit. So like I was thinking maybe there was a problem with that, because it was on at the time that it went off initially, and then it went off again today. And so we're just like, I was just like so, I don't know, flabbergasted. I was like, what is going on? And yeah, so come to find, my husband, Keto, he found the problem one. He knew which one was the issue, and I guess it did need a battery, but it wasn't like making its usual chirping sounds and alerting us that it needs a new battery in the normal way, but it was causing all of our alarms to set off. And it just so happened that it was going off when the heater was on, but I really thought it had something to do with that. Thank goodness it's not. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we replaced that and everything seemed to be fine and dandy, and we ran the heater and everything was fine and dandy, so I guess that's all it was, man. Smoke alarms, they're a pain in the butt. Of course, an actual fire is a bigger pain in the butt. Way, way bigger. So it's worth dealing with, but it's still a pain in the butt. Yeah. Yeah, it's freezing. It's like literally freezing though. Like, it's okay. So this is unusual for us. Like, we don't normally actually reach freezing temperatures. So us Arizona and the Valley babies, we don't really get freezing temperatures, but lately it's been dipping below freezing, which is not good for our new plants. We recently planted some little pepper starts that we had started inside. We made a planter for them because our temperatures were getting good, man. Like, it wasn't getting anywhere below, I think 60 degrees for the past few weeks. So we were thinking, you know, it's gonna be all fine and dandy, and then all of a sudden there's a ton of cold, and like now it's freezing temperatures again. It's like 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, I mean, it's just getting low down over here, like. And so now I'm like, I have to figure something out for the plants, and trust me, I already did. I did the legwork actually before starting the stream. I didn't just get them covered. I went all out, man. I got my thermoses and my my steel tumblers, and I buried them in the ground in between the plants. So each one of them is like probably within like 6 inches distance of like each one of the starts. So I have it like buried down in the ground, and then And then I brewed in the coffee maker, I brewed just water to make it super hot. And then I poured it into the thermoses and closed them up, and they're buried in the ground. And then I have these covers that I made of jugs. I just kind of cut around the jugs, and then I put them on top of the actual plants themselves, and then I covered them. And we're gonna have freezing temperatures for a few days now, but they're pepper plants, so they can't really withstand too much cold, especially as starts. So I really had to figure something out, because we were gonna lose them. We are gonna lose them. They're like wilting and stuff. They can't handle these temps. They're kind of babies when it comes to the cold too, just like us, you know? I had to figure something out for those poor little things. I'm really excited that we're growing pepper plants though. We've got jalapeno starts, and we've also got bell pepper starts. And it's really exciting because you know how much I love my peppers. They're super, super good, delicious, and tasty. Yeah. Definitely worth the trouble, I would say. Especially when we get like 5 plants of each, right? So like the first year, they pop out like these, hello, oh my gosh, there he is, it's Noel. Leon, Noel Joyous 8 in Twitch. You've joined me in the last 10 or so minutes that I'm actually going to be live. Thank you for being here. Hello, hello. Yes, I was just talking about all my little pepper plants. Yes, we went ahead and we started. We got these started up of jalapeno and bell pepper plants, and we planted them outside. And Noel, is it like freezing temps in Tucson right now? Like, is it actually like freezing right now? Because it's gonna be freezing like overnight, and it was actually like 30 degrees, maybe like 28 degrees, I think, last night or this morning. And then like, it's gonna be the same way. You can send the cold and snow here, right? Well, hopefully I can convey that cold feeling to you through the painting. That's the whole purpose here. We're conveying, you know, we're sharing the cold with you over there in the heat. Although you guys are getting rain over there, so that's nice. That seems like a positive thing. I've never touched snow. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. So it like never snows where you are. It actually doesn't normally snow in the valley where we're at either, but we're actually in traveling distance of like getting to places with snow, so it's really not all, it's not all completely foreign to us because we can go to snow. It's just not here. But that's surprising. So like, no snow, huh? That's fascinating. Like, you're not even in driving distance or something of places like mountains or anything? That's super fascinating. It does snow here, but like in the mountains. Yeah, it's the same way here actually. Yeah. I get you now. I do. Yeah, we're kind of the same way over here in the Valley of AZ, but of course we are in driving distance of getting the snow. So, like, it's not completely foreign to me. But it's pretty foreign to me in the sense that I, like, haven't, like, been in snow for a few years now. I want to say the last time I was anywhere near snow was when I had gone to Munns Park. Back when Fluff was around in that area. And then there was this big old snowstorm, and it was crazy. It was Christmas. Yeah, that was pretty wild, that whole experience. There was a lot going on in that. Go. Okay, we're gonna add some more blue there, but like for right now. Alright, perfect. It's kinda blending. Oh man, that mister, that misting thing works wonders for keeping everything blendable. Gotta make the acrylics blend nicely. Because they refuse to if you don't keep them nice and... Yeah, that was ridiculous. Totally. Lunarity says, I'm going to head out for the night. Good night. Have a super good night. Thanks so much for being here and hanging out with me for a bit and chatting. It's always good to catch up with ya. Yeah, and yeah, have a super good night and have a good Friday as well. We're wrapping up the week, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, it was ridiculous, Lemon Puff. That is right. Yeah, it was crazy. That was a whole crazy day. You had a horrible day, I remember. With the water heater explosion and everything. It was just insanity, seriously. Nah, you gotta go to really high mountains. Oh my gosh, no way. We have ski resorts here, but it just never snows. But the cold does come off the mountains and makes everything super cold in the winter. Whoa, that's weird. Yeah, you live in a pretty interesting place, man. That's honestly a whole different world to me. It'd be interesting to visit Australia someday. I've never been there, but I am quite interested. All your little spiders don't scare me. But I have seen pictures of like how the spiders over there like literally cover everything in webs. Like canopies are just like covered in webs. The trees are all like white with webs and everything. I've seen like pictures. I see how it gets over there. It's kind of terrifying. If you're not really a fan of like, you know, being covered in spiders, like most people, I imagine. The cockatoos, though, yeah, you can cover me in cockatoos all day. If they bite me to death, it's okay. I'm just kidding. But no, really, I like birds a lot. Cover me in all the birds. I would make friends with the cockatoos. Yeah, a lot of the spiders will leave you alone. That's good, yeah. They're annoying. Yeah. Yeah, they're not really like bloodthirsty monsters or anything like that. It's just, you know. It's just that I think a lot of people are kind of arachnophobic. And, you know, if they're a harmless species, I'm not worried about them. When my husband and I we went camping last. We went into a creek, and he was following me around, right? I was leading the way, and Oh, there goes the technical difficulties, right on cue, of course. Let's go ahead and I may even be able to set this up. Control your GoPro. I hate spiders, even looking at them. Wow. I'll be walking in the yard and run into a web just randomly. I hate spiders, even looking at them. Yeah, so like we were like walking around in a creek, right? And we arrived at this like side or this part of the creek that was covered in spiders. They all looked like maybe like a wolf spider or a hobo spider or something like that. There were so many of them. I had never seen so many in any place. Like I'd never seen that many in a single place. And for some reason, that's so bizarre. Why is this not actually connecting? That's so strange. So I almost had it connected, and it said it was connected, but then it didn't actually connect. So let's give it a try again. Just to take a final look at the painting at the very least. I mean, who likes technical difficulty? And one of these days, I will invest in a better camera that doesn't disconnect every 5 seconds. By the way, it is pretty much every hour on the dot. Like, I think it's an hour and 5 minutes or so that I was able to find that it actually cuts out for some reason. But I have it, there we go. But I have it set so that when it does go out, it at least gives that technical difficulty screen, which I was able to make and put in there as kind of like a way to kind of notice that there are technical difficulties, because it used to actually just hang on the last frame that it picked up. So it would take me a while to actually notice that the camera was, you know, not functional. But now it actually has a way of alerting me, which is super nice. Yeah, so I at least have that. It's a step up, but it's not perfect. At least I can catch it sooner. That's about it, though. That's really cool. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. So this is as far as I've gotten tonight. I still have a lot to do. I need to do some cool stuff like that. Yeah, man, like just build on it. Over time, you get all sorts of cool new things to work with and play with and stuff like that. You know, and if you ever want any ideas or want to figure out how I do anything that I personally do, I'm an open book. I will answer literally everything that I know. You know, I really like to be able to help. I actually like the feeling of being able to be the person to help. So if you feel like asking questions or anything like that, you know I'm all good for it. Okay, so let's see. I also have been making assets when I do have the time. I mean, it's not a ton of time that I have. I want to improve my streams a lot. Well, you will. I mean, you... Seriously, I remember when you were streaming when you had just started, and you already had that really cool aesthetic pixel art background. I thought that was so nice. And you already had a technical difficulties thing that you did, which inspired my camera thing, right? So like, I remember when you did that, I thought it was a wonderful idea. I think that it's good to have something that kind of alerts people, like, and yourself also, but to know that there's like technical difficulties, right? It's good to have that. It's a very good feature, I would say. Yeah, so alright guys, I think it's time to raid somebody. But whom? Who wants to go see Super Ninbao play Batman on the NES? Retro. He's got this whole vaporwave vibe. And he's pretty chill. He's, you know, he's a good person to go raid if you guys are interested. I'm gonna go probably hang out in the stream for a little bit before like taking off and falling asleep. So yeah, I'll catch you guys over on the flip side over there. Yeah. Have a super amazing night. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in that raid right now. Of course, if anybody else has any other suggestions too, that works. I just, you know, I just see some of my favorite people on. Oh my gosh! Hold on, I might change that. Big Gay Brewery hasn't been like on Twitch for like ever. We have to go see him. Alright, the Big Gay Brewery. The Big Gay Brewery. We're gonna go ahead and raid him. Okay, right on. Have a super amazing night. Thank you so much for being here, Harv. You're awesome. I'll have to catch your streams too, and I can't wait to see. Have a super good night, guys. Bye.